Grand Ideal Premium Hotel Marmaris, a symphony of disappointment told through tears and sunburn. Oh my darlings, gather close, let me tell you the tragic ballad of my stay at the Grand Ideal Premium Hotel Marmaris, a place where dreams go to die like houseplants in a windowless lobby. Act I, the grand deception, or how they lied to my face. Picture this. You arrive exhausted, dragging your suitcase like a corpse behind you, only to be greeted by a receptionist whose smile is as genuine as the 5-star rating they slapped on their website. Are you here to check in? She asks, as if I'd wandered in off the street to admire their sad potted plants. No warmth, no welcome, just the vibe of a DMV employee on a Monday morning. And Theno, the room. Room 233, a poetic number for a poetic tragedy, tucked by the fire exit, safety first, unless you value sleep, directly next to the main stage where the nightly entertainment screams into the void and my eardrums. The walls thinner than the hotel's excuses, the neighbors shouting like they were auditioning for a telenovela, the balcony, a cruel joke to chairs and a table crammed into a space smaller than my self-respect after booking this place. Why this is bad? A hotel room should be a sanctuary, not a sensory deprivation tank for noise trauma. The lack of soundproofing isn't just lazy at violence against my REM cycle. And assigning a room next to the stage, that's not an oversight, that's spite. Act I, the Hunger Games, but with worse food. Let us talk about the food, my loves. Imagine lukewarm disappointment served on a chipped plate. The buffet, a graveyard of reheated leftovers, yesterday's fries resurrected as today's breakfast potatoes. The flavors, non-existent, the variety, as limited as the staff's enthusiasm. I watch people shovel it in like they lost their taste buds in a tragic accident, but I have standards. And the fridge, promised daily restocks, delivered exactly once after I begged like a peasant requesting bread from a medieval king. A mini bar should be a tiny treasure chest, not a barren wasteland of broken promises. Why this is bad? Food is love, or at least it should be. Serving slop that tastes like regret isn't just lazy at emotional neglect. And a fridge that doesn't fridge, that's not a amenity, it's a prop. Act I, the pool of tears, literally the pool. Oh, the pool, a postage stamp of despair crammed with sun loungers so close together you basically spooning strangers. The sunbed wars start at 4 am, towels thrown like battle flags, territorial guests hissing at each other like feral cats. The actual pool, smaller than my patience, with steps so crowded it's like playing human Tetris just to get in. And the towel-stained, frayed, smelling vaguely of despair. The slide, broken because of course it is. Why this is bad? A pool should be relaxation, not a Hunger Games reenactment. Overcrowding isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. And dirty towels, that's not housekeeping, that's contempt. Act IV, the staff, or how to kill hospitality dead. The staff moved like ghosts haunted by their own career choices. The pool bar attendant. No name badge, no smile, just a dead-eyed, what do you want? The ice cream man handed me my cone like it was a subpoena. The receptionist who finally moved us to room 125 acted like he was doing me a favor, not fixing their own mistake. And the security guard, oh sweet chaos. The man glared at us like we'd personally offended his ancestors, followed us to reception, and accused my wife of tripping for daring to explain why we were there. Intimidation isn't a customer service strategy, darling. Why this is bad? Hospitality is kindness. Rude staff.
The dark reality of businesses near Grand Ideal Premium Hotel. Marmaris. The businesses near Grand Ideal Premium Hotel in Marmaris are, unfortunately, a masterclass in disappointment. If you were expecting charm, quality, or even basic competence, prepare to lower those expectations dramatically. These establishments don't just fail to impress, they actively drain the joy out of your holiday with their relentless mediocrity. Let's start with shopping and dining, areas where logic and fairness seem to have taken a permanent vacation. Blue Port, the so-called premium shopping and entertainment complex, is less a paradise and more a tourist trap dressed in cheap lights. The food, a gamble with your digestive system. Multiple guests report food poisoning, with one unlucky visitor spending 2 days in misery after a single meal. The arcade, a lesson in frustration. Machines mysteriously shut down mid-game, credits vanish into thin air, and staff treat refunds like personal insults. Then there's the shopping experience, described as boring, repetitive, and worst of all, a hotspot for petty theft. One angry guest accused the place of stealing his SIM card tray, because apparently even the smallest parts of your phone aren't safe here. But if shopping is bad, The Turkish bath experience at Armutalan Turkish Bath is an exercise in broken promises. What should be relaxation turns into a circus of confusion. Women expecting privacy find themselves uncomfortably exposed, with male staff intruding despite assurances of separate facilities. The treatments themselves, rushed, half-hearted, and constantly interrupted by aggressive upselling. One visitor, hoping for a birthday treat, was left stewing in a sauna for 20 minutes only to receive a 5-minute massage that felt more like a distracted pat-down. And don't even think about buying water, unless you enjoy paying luxury prices for what should be a basic human right. Hungry? Taj Mahal awaits if you enjoy paying premium prices for what might as well be microwave dinners. Guests expecting authentic Indian flavors instead get reheated, bland curries that somehow manage to taste all the same. One British-Pakistani visitor, hopeful for a taste of home, was horrified to find the Bradford-style dishes bore zero resemblance to actual South Asian cuisine, just pale imitations swimming in grease. Worst of all, multiple reports of food poisoning, turning what should be a meal into a prelude to a pharmacy visit. Need a coffee break? Carve Duniasi at Marmaris Marina would rather you didn't. Staff here treat customers like nuisances, ignoring orders, scowling at requests, and even losing personal belongings with suspicious regularity. One guest's sunglasses vanished without a trace, joining a mysterious graveyard of forgotten items. The coffee, barely drinkable, the service, hostile, the prices, unjustifiable. And then there's nightlife. Backstreet Bar and Crazy Daisy don't just serve drinks, they serve watered-down scams in overpriced glasses. Patrons report vodka that tastes suspiciously like tap water, bills inflated with hidden charges, and staff who turn aggressive if you dare question the pricing. Underage girls are allegedly allowed in, while Turkish locals complain of being treated as second-class customers compared to foreign tourists. The music, a chaotic mess. The vibe, a depressing blend of desperation and daylight robbery. Even hardware isn't safe. Tunsa Yapi market staff are either clueless or openly contemptuous, refusing basic requests like cutting materials and mocking customers who expect actual service. One visitor was bluntly told, "We don't have scissors in a hardware store," a statement so absurd it loops back to being tragic. The verdict: if you're staying near Grand Ideal Premium Hotel, brace yourself. The surrounding businesses operate on a simple principle: extract as much money as possible while giving as little as possible in return.
Food might poison you, services will underwhelm you, and prices will insult you. The only mystery is how these places stay open, though the answer, sadly, is probably unsuspecting tourists. Recommendation: venture further out. Or better yet, bring snacks. Your stomach and wallet will thank you.
You know, I've been looking into some pretty shady stuff near Grand Ideal Premium Hotel, Marmaris. Like, have you ever heard of those super friendly souvenir shops that seem too good to be true? Yeah, well, around here, they're like wolves in sheep's clothing. They'll offer you super cheap prices, but then, like suddenly, the prices will be way higher when you get to the counter. It's like, how could you, right? Taking advantage of tourists like that, I bet they just laugh all the way to the bank. I heard one story about this tourist who bought some authentic Turkish delight from one of these shops. The shopkeeper was like, "Oh, this is the best quality, you won't find it anywhere else." But like, when the tourist got back to their hotel, they realized it was just some cheap candy from the market. Can you believe that? I mean, I would be so angry if that happened to me. I'm pretty sure the tourist reported it to the authorities, but who knows if anything happened to the shopkeeper. You know, around Grand Ideal Premium Hotel, Marmaris, there are also these super aggressive vendors who will literally follow you down the street trying to sell you stuff. Like they'll be all, "Oh, you want a good deal? I'll give you the best deal." But in reality, they're just trying to rip you off. I heard one story about this couple who got convinced to buy some traditional Turkish clothing from one of these vendors. But like when they got back home, they realized the clothes were just some cheap imitations from the factory.